Yeah, so that was me. Crazy, right? The year was 2016 and the Panthers were going to destroy the Arizona Cardinals in the NFC Championship and lose the Super Bowl, which for most of us was a bittersweet moment that literally came and went and went and went and went. But something feels different today, like a new optimism that honestly most of us haven't felt in quite some time, and it centers around mostly one question. Could we have found our franchise quarterback in Baker Mayfield? Let's talk about it today on the One Carolina Show. In today's NFL, the desire for success often leads many NFL franchises taking small steps forward and giant steps back. In the case of Baker Mayfield, this rings both true and false. True, Baker did in fact lead the Browns to their first playoff win since becoming an NFL franchise again. But also true, he had a share of struggles in year 4 and leads the league in interceptions in consecutive years. But what exactly does a team need from Baker to be successful? I'd like to point out a few things that Baker possesses that could ultimately lead to success for the Panthers. Number 1, a determined mentality. Often in life, adversity makes or breaks us. Determination could put us in positions to succeed and overcome even when the odds seem stacked against us. Baker has shown an ability to have a toughness, grit, and determination to overcome a college transfer from walk-on to Heisman winner, from a franchise with 1 win in 2 years breaking the rookie touchdown record and powering through a shoulder injury and finishing a season that many argue could have derailed his career. Now, Baker isn't without fault. His on and off the field decision-making at times are called into question, from a police video in the past to the infamous grabbing incident. But this kind of fire, when backed up, can completely galvanize a locker room. Plus, his work ethic is shown and proven to be more efficient than past Browns quarterbacks. Number 2, the ability to command an offense. The majority of quarterbacks that have success have full command of their offenses. More often than not, receivers that are drafted that develop into number ones are more likely to experience major success due to the fact that they will likely have the same quarterback, offense, and possibly coordinator. When a new quarterback is brought in, it can throw off the chemistry to an old regime. And the same thing exists with wide receiver additions. Tom Brady and Randy Moss tend to be the exception and not the rule. A duo closer to home would be Cam Newton and Steve Smith. Smith provided Cam with an assurance at the wideout spot, but in order to truly unlock Cam's potential, a separation had to happen, which is why I believe Cam's 2015 campaign resulted in league MVP. Insert Odell Beckham. For as incredible and talented as Odell is, he commands many targets in order to post the kind of numbers that Cleveland was likely hoping for, which is why often the offense was set up to force targets in his direction. For a quarterback like Mayfield and most others, the ability to spread the ball around keeps the defense guessing, and the quarterback comfortable with what the defense is giving, which is why in the last 8 games without Odell in the lineup, Baker went 6-2 in a playoff berth and beating the Steelers in the wildcard round. Not to mention, in the 7 games prior, Odell didn't have a single 100-yard game. With the Panthers, Baker will have the perfect opportunity to command, considering that DJ Moore, the consecutive 1,000-yard receiver, racks up the majority of his yards after the catch. And along with C-Mac, Robbie, and a ton of young pieces, Baker will likely have the ability to replicate what we saw in 2020, not to mention the selfless attitude of the Panthers receiving corps that may look a little different than what he was used to in Cleveland.
I love you, boys. Be patient. I love you.
Number 3, history. This could be one of the biggest benefits on Mayfield's side. We've seen many times throughout NFL history quarterbacks that start in one place and end up with much better circumstances with a different franchise. From Kurt Warner to Drew Brees, many quarterbacks have seen success with other franchises than the place they started. A guy like Baker could prove to be the perfect option for the Panthers, considering we have not seen a level of consistent success since Cam Newton, and truly an opportunity to provide the Panthers with steady year after year success. Hall of Fame coach Bill Walsh once said of Steve Young that he was impressed by Young's natural abilities and believed his lackluster numbers were due to a lack of talent around him in Tampa Bay. Mayfield certainly had a stable of weapons in Cleveland, but cohesion is extremely important for success. And here in Carolina, there's a strong argument to be made that Mayfield may have the best weapons he's had in his career. With an offense that even Mayfield himself has already attested is one of the best that he's seen in his career, history could prove that Mayfield could have an amazing turnaround in Carolina and set up this franchise for consistent wins and possibly even another Super Bowl appearance. All things considered, Baker Mayfield has a strong opportunity to replicate his play in 2020 and prove himself to be a franchise quarterback moving forward. But tell me what you think. Does Baker Mayfield have what it takes to be a franchise quarterback? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like this video and subscribe and turn on your bell notifications to never miss a video. This is John from the One Carolina Show. Keep pounding.